Alice has always been the adventurer in her family. At the age of 18, she decided to go to her sister Emily, who lived in a bustling city in another country. Alice had not seen Emily for many years and missed her terribly. However, Alice had a secret in her heart that she hid even from her beloved sister. When she arrived at Emily's doorstep, she was overwhelmed with excitement. She couldn't wait to surprise her sister, imagining the joyful meeting they would share. However, when Emily opened the door, the expression on her face was not what Alice had expected. It was a mixture of surprise and something else that looked like disappointment. "Allie, what are you doing here?" Emily asked in a wary tone. Alice's heart sank at the gloomy reception. She had expected hugs and laughter, not this awkwardness. She brushed it off as her sister being busy. She didn't know that Emily had her own reasons for being wary. Over the next few days, Alice explored the city on her own, enjoying its vibrant energy. One cool evening, as dusk tinted the sky orange and pink, she found herself outside wandering through a quaint park. Deep in thought, she barely noticed a figure approaching her. "Hey, are you lost?" A voice interrupted her reverie. Startled, Alice looked up and saw Jack face to face. His presence was magnetic, his smile disarming. He was the epitome of charm, with tousled hair and eyes that sparkled like stars. Alice felt a rush of something unfamiliar coursing through her veins. She was drawn to him in some inexplicable way. Jack was also mesmerized by her presence, his gaze lingering on her as if trying to solve a mystery. They spent the evening talking, laughing, and sharing parts of themselves under the cover of the evening sky. Alice opened up to Jack in a way she had never done before, telling him things she had kept hidden, even from her own sister. As the night drew to a close, they parted ways, promising to meet again. Alice couldn't shake the feeling that she had stumbled upon something extraordinary, something that could change her life in ways she could never have imagined. Days turned into weeks, and with each passing moment, Alice felt herself falling more and more in love with Jack. Despite the fact that their worlds were very different, she couldn't deny the connection that united them. Jack seemed to be just as in love with her, lavishing her with love and attention. However, despite the whirlwind romance, Alice couldn't shake the guilt that gnawed at her conscience. She knew she had to tell Emily about Jack, about the love that had blossomed between them. But when she summoned the courage to confide in her sister, she encountered unexpected resistance. "Ali, you don't know anything about him," Emily protested, her voice full of concern. "He's from another world that you don't belong to." Despite Emily's warnings, Alice couldn't bring herself to stay away from Jack. He became her anchor in a sea of uncertainty, the only person with whom she felt truly alive. Their love story is a whirlwind of passion and emotion that defied all odds. Every day, Elisa realized that love knows no borders, has no limits. And when she stood hand in hand with Jack under the starry ski, she knew she had found her home in his arms. For Alice, love did not depend on where you came from or what you had. It was about finding the one person who makes your world complete, even in the midst of chaos and uncertainty. And in Jack, she found her greatest adventure. As the weeks turned into months, the bond between Alice and Jack only grew stronger. They explored the city together, discovering hidden gems and creating memories that would last a lifetime. Despite the whispers and disapproving glances of others, they remained steadfast in their love for each other. However, as Alice's time in the city came to an end, reality began to set in. She knew she couldn't stay forever, and the thought of having to leave Jack filled her with an overwhelming sense of sadness. One evening, as they sat together on a quiet rooftop overlooking the cityscape, Alice could no longer hold back the turmoil in her heart. Tears welled up in her eyes as she turned to Jack, her voice barely audible. "I don't want to leave you," she admitted, her voice trembling with emotion. But I have to go home." Jack's expression softened, and his hand reached out to gently wipe away her tears. "I don't want you to go either," he admitted, his voice filled with longing. "But I know that we will find a way to make it work. Our love is stronger than any distance." With renewed determination, Alice and Jack vowed to defy the odds and fight for their love, no matter what obstacles lay ahead.